Hi, welcome back to the Inspiration Vault channel. I'm back again with another Look for Less challenge with host Yami from the Latina Next Door. And this month I'm her co-host, making a Halloween project for you guys to see. As I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, I was going to be making a Halloween decoration to go with my Haunted Mansion inspired dining room that I have set up. And I have a home tour coming up for that within the next few days, so be sure to subscribe and check back in a couple of days to see that. It is pretty awesome. This is sort of like a sneak peek for you guys. So for my Look for Less, I looked around online at some of the pricier places, and I have been looking in stores for the past couple of months. Of course, being a crafter, a lot of the things that I look at, I'm thinking I can make that myself. But for the craft I saw, I looked online at Pier One imports, and I've said this a bunch of times before, I love Pier One. I love the things they have for the most part, but sometimes the stuff is overpriced in my opinion. And I will have to admit though, their Halloween decorations were pretty reasonably priced. But again, I went and looked in person to see what they look like compared to online. And the prices were pretty reasonable. So my Look for Less isn't like a crazy $150 price thing like last month, but still it's something that I wouldn't pay $20 for. And that's exactly the original cost of it. So the skull, it's a skull that I'm making this month. The one from Pier One Imports was $20, and well, here, I'll show you right here. Okay, so their skull is a little bit bigger than the one I have. This skull that I have here, I actually found this at Target, you know, the dollar spot, the one that I'm addicted to shopping in. Sometimes I go to the other entrance just to avoid going past there because the things are hard to resist. But this guy only cost $3. I got him either last year or the year before. So this year it's costing me nothing. In the past, it's definitely not $20. But you see, he's kind of boring. They had a white one, which I have over here, and then a black one. And I have to tell you, the black one just kind of underwhelms me because skulls are not black, and it just kind of blends in with a lot of the other black decor that I have. So when I saw this skull at Pier One, I thought to myself, okay, I have a black skull, I have lots of glitter, I have lots of rhinestones and glue and everything that I need to make it over. So let me show you how I did it. It's actually not just easy, it's really fun. I am one of those crafters that thoroughly enjoys putting glitter and rhinestones onto things. I know it's super tacky sometimes, but with this particular craft, the idea of how they did it kind of sprayed across, I thought it was pretty elegant, and I think it goes great with my whole Haunted Mansion theme that I have going on. All right, so let's get started. All right, to start the skull, I would say the bejeweled glittered skull that Pier One made, I'm going to start with the eyes. Now for theirs, they had two big giant stones. They had a white silver one over here and then a pearl over here, which is kind of cool. It makes you think of a pirate or something. And I don't have, after all, I thought that I did, I don't have any of the big giant ones. I use them on something else. But I was messing around with what I do have, and I kind of like this better. So I'm going to be doing configurations of smaller ones. And I had these iridescent pearl ones that I used on an Easter project a couple of years back. And so that's really fun. Anyway, so we're gonna do the eyes first. I'll start with the rhinestone ones. Now, what I am using is the clear tacky glue. This is my favorite glue. Yes, I could use Mod Podge, but I feel like it doesn't dry fast enough. And all the different angles that we're going to be using on this skull, I'm afraid that it'll just kind of slide down. The clear tacky glue dries pretty darn fast. And then, let's see, hot glue, I don't know. To me, hot glue is not the answer for this. It's just going to be too stringy. This does not take a lot to get things to stick to it. So this is my choice to use here, but feel free to use whatever works best for you. And I'm going to use a Q-tip to apply it to the surface, and then I'll apply the stones to it. I'm not going to put that much glue in here because, again, it dries really fast and I don't want to waste it. balls are pretty much, they consist of star sequins and, or I guess, I don't know, I think that's considered sequins because it has the little hole in the middle. And then regular sequins and chunky glitter. And I got, this is like a tinsel type of glitter, which I love. And I thought that this might be kind of cool in the mix as opposed to just the typical fine glitter that's in there. But I think that I'm going to start with this as a base and then add the chunkier bits over that. So I think I'll start with the tinsel, then go to some chunky glitter, and then add the stars and the sequins because those seem to be the primary focus. Okay, for the part under the eyes, I think I'm gonna put the big chunky parts on first this time, and then it'll be easier to sprinkle the smaller stuff in between what is left. So on his left eye, he has a little part kind of trails down. Alright, don't you love when you're making a video and you didn't make sure that it was actually recording? Yeah, so you missed all the part where I added this, but I'm going to walk you through it. Alright, so what I did is I took more of our glue and I put some in a circle here because I don't have the big rhinestones, so I was just making kind of like a little flower shape. So I did those, then I did a couple of other like smaller rhinestones over on the side. Then I added glue to the whole surface. I filled in all the gaps with more glue, kind of connected it a little bit there. And as it goes to the back it kind of tapers off just a little bit there. And so then what I did is once I put that glue kind of all in around there, I put some of the star sequins on, and then I put some of the regular sequins on. And you don't have to worry about the sequins or any of the stuff laying flat. Theirs looked super chunky in person too. Then I filled in at the end with that tinsel glitter because it makes a really, really good filler. And so on the original, I think that I mimicked it pretty well, especially considering that my skull is smaller and I didn't have the big gemstone. So I'm pleased with it. It is very sparkly. And I know that sequins and rhinestones aren't everybody's thing or their taste, and that's fine. But the whole, I have the whole Haunted Mansion themed dining room. The whole thing isn't glittery and sparkly. And so a little pop like this, I think, can add to it, because when your decor is all black, white, and gray, sometimes that can be very like muted or flat. And I think something like this will add a lot of sparkle and depth to it. And I have a to do it. So let me know what you think down in the comments on the finished product. She is now a she. With this much glitter and shine, I think that she has to be a she, right? All right, but thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe down at the bottom.